343 finally revealed a few more details about what we can expect from Halo Infinite Season 2, aka Lone Wolves. We have some details about a ton of the modes, 3 specifically that we're showing off, and then we will go over what they talked about in the blog post and what we can expect from the future Battle Royale and what I have been calling a mini Battle Royale in the meantime. Let's dive in. Thank you so much for watching. As always, thank you, everybody. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to know when my videos go live. Thank you so much for watching. So, I've been a big fan of Halo since the very beginning. As you may know, Halo 3 is one of the reasons that I make content today. I won a user movie contest for Halo 3, and here I am today. That was many, many years ago. I played almost 300 hours. My Steam says 263.9. I have to imagine I have the rest of the time over on Xbox by now. And I love the gameplay, but I am curious if these modes are going to bring players back. They revealed a trailer showing off a few of them. So real quick, let's just talk about that. We have King of the Hill, which is basically you try and capture a hill. The hill will eventually move. It's team-based and it'll move around the map. Land grab is a lot like Control, except where the land that you grab will become locked out. You want to lock out all 3, and once your team does that, it will move locations and you'll have to start all over again. Then, of course, there's Last Spartan Standing, a mode where you will have 5 lives. You will be able to kill other Spartans in order to get upgrades, and eventually you will be able to become the last Spartan standing as the ring closes in, and it's a free-for-all until there is only one final winner. That is all coming on May 3rd, 2022. Now, I got in a little bit of hot water on Twitter because I mistakenly tweeted that this is the Battle Royale mode, but if you're not aware, Certain Affinity is also working on something a little bit bigger. This all started with, I guess we'll start with the Jez Corden tweet. So Jez referenced this specifically. He said, just for reference, the Halo Infinite Tatanka PvPvE Battle Royale type experience started dev around spring 2020, so 2.5 years-ish roughly when it launched, so probably later this year. Expecting it to be a major feature while 343i focuses on core multiplayer and story DLC. Halo Infinite's live service has gotten off to a relatively rough start, but Microsoft is ramping up hiring and naturally aims to deliver the service people are expecting. Tatanka is in development by Certain Affinity per my info from January. Just to add, still not 100% on the PvE part. Conflicting info on some of the gameplay details will clarify on the next Xbox 2 era podcast with Rand L. Thor. So a lot of people have been referencing this. And Certain Affinity also clarified that they are going to be working a lot more on 343's Halo Infinite. They tweeted the following: "We've been part of the Halo franchise for more than 15 years, and we're honored to say we are deepening our relationship with 343 and have been entrusted with further evolving Halo Infinite in some new and exciting ways." And you can join their journey on that path at the link below, basically. So to recap, we got King of the Hill. Basically, it's team-based this time. The hill will move around the map. Land grab, a lot like Control. There will be 3 zones. You want to capture and lock each. Once 3 are captured by a team, they'll move in and it'll reset. And then Last Spartan Standing. This is the really interesting one, right? You spawn on a big team battle map. It's called Breaker. It is a new map. Every player gets 5 lives. If you lose, all of your lives are out. So I believe it was 14 or 15 players. It's 60 total combatants with the lives. So 60 divided by 5 is 12. I want to say it's 12 players. Okay, yeah. So it's 12 players. 60 total kills will happen throughout the duration of the match. If you use all of your lives are out, you can quit without penalty. You can upgrade your weapons by killing other Spartans. Basically, it's going to work like an XP system, right? So as you take out the other Spartans, you're going to be able to level up and then execute your level up at whatever point you choose, and then choose what gear you get as a reward. let's actually just hop over to the Waypoint blog and read what they said about the mode. I alluded to this before. Iterating on classic modes is just as challenging, but demands an apt understanding of the established North Star and maintaining a forward direction while attempting to iterate toward current day goals and player expectations. So for me, what they're saying is, yeah, we realize that this is a mix of free-for-all. This is a mix of our existing modes, but this is also our take on, I think, a battle royale. I think they are testing the waters to see how well this does, and maybe even test the servers with a live version of a game mode that they plan on releasing bigger and better later on. Now, I was one of the people that never felt like Halo Infinite needed a battle royale, but here we are. We have a mode that's very similar, if not a mini battle royale. To me, let's talk about why it's a battle royale. Okay, there's a large circle that moves in. There are multiple players vying for the one spot at the top. You don't have to get the most kills. You don't have to be the best player. You just have to be the last one standing. So you have to take out all of your other opponents. There is an upgrade system in that you get a kill, you get XP, and you can upgrade your weapons. There are going to be drops on one of their bigger maps. So you're going to be able to upgrade your gear via things that you find in the field. So yes, you can become more powerful by getting gear that drops in the wild or by leveling up and executing that. You know, Warzone has the Gulag. There have been battle royales that have a system like this. So for me, this is a battle royale, but I do think there is another one coming. They are not alluding to it that way because I think they want to save that term for later. Anyway, continuing on now that I've had my little mini rant. Basically, I hear there are some exciting new quirks to Last Spartan Standing that we've really not had in a Halo before. It all started by initially playing free-for-all attrition on Breaker. No other notes or changes. Let's just see what shakes out and talk about it. It was immediately obvious that a typical scavenging story wouldn't work. Free-for-all modes, they do have scavenging though, because they drop stuff into the battlefield later. The problem, they talk about a problem with third partying where you would just wait until somebody gets weak and then you would kill that player and then kill the player who had been fighting. So you get more points, right? So now they talked about things that were annoying and how players would just crouch in the middle basically and not want to engage because you would get your powerful gear and you would just wait till the end game and then go to the end. So there's a few things they're doing to work on that. Spread combat rewards to assisting players. Put the player's power climb on a curve as a means to craft balance, mainly curtailing the leading player's snowball separate from trailing players' ability to catch up. Players didn't like that the level up moment would happen without their input, so now you can do it whenever you want. Regardless of how the leveling curve is tuned, a mechanic where combat rewards more power to players can still sometimes leave trailing players far behind. So with that in mind, here's the stuff they created. You can receive a level up, like I said, whenever you want. You get AI bubbles if you die. So basically, if you die, you get bonus XP where it's basically 3x what a kill is worth. So I don't know how that's going to play out. It seems like you could strategically let yourself die twice and then get like a super buff by collecting your own XP bubbles. I'm not sure. And then free-for-all attrition experience taught them is that there's a leveling system to pair with a curated on-map power scavenging story, which currently has random equipment and power equipment comes in via ordnance pods. Equipment can be found in some interior locations. On-map weapons and vehicles are disabled. Grenades and are randomized each time they spawn. Be the last Spartan standing to win. So it has a lot of the elements, but I do think this is Halo's take on the genre, at least for the time being. I made the mistake of tweeting that this is the Battle Royale mode. It's not what I meant. It's not the mode. It is a Battle Royale mode, though, in my opinion. So they continue on, though. So everybody sort of has latched on the Last Spartan Standing. I'm interested. And actually, the life mechanic is really interesting to me. I think that's going to make it super fast-paced. We're going to be in and out of these matches quickly. While we're in the matches, we're not immediately kicked out. We don't have to go to like a gulag, which honestly, like you got to wait for your match, and then you do the gulag, and then you got to re-gear up. I'm so-so on it, right? But anyway, there's a few other things coming that I don't think is getting enough attention. Ninja Slayer. You have infinite ammo, energy swords, and grapple shot loadouts with only grapple shot and power equipment on map. What do you do in this mode is swing around and hit people with swords. I love doing that. In Fiesta, if I get a sword and a grapple shot, it is my favorite thing to do, to jump straight up in the air and try and get kills with the sword. I am very excited about Ninja Slayer. That sounds very fun. Vampire Ball. This is something I was inspired to try after a long-winded post I made about Oddball on Reddit. Drummed up some interesting discussion. In this Oddball mode, the Skull Carrier is no longer nerfed. Instead, the Skull is a one-hit kill and has 50% shield vampirism, which, if you score a kill with the Skull, at full shield save, bleeds into an overshield. That sounds interesting. Rocket repulsors, infinite rocket ammo, rocket launchers and ammo, and repulsor loadouts with only repulsors and power equipment on map. This might be a good time to remind everyone that you can deflect things like rockets with the repulsor equipment or super jump yourself upward to avoid an explosion. I look forward to the community getting hands-on with these and more and giving us feedback that can make them better. What can we expect as we jump into each of these modes during Season 2? Both King of the Hill and Last Spartan Standing will be available day 1. We'll be inserting King of the Hill into Quick Play and Ranked Arena, as well as featuring the mode in its own playlist for those that want to purposely check it out. Last Spartan Standing will be immediately available as the first seasonal event and will be available throughout the season after the event concludes. But while the seasonal event is running, all eyes will be on Breaker. Land Grab will be featured as part of the Fracture Entrenched event around a month after Season 2's launch, after which, much like Last Spartan Standing, it will remain available for players to jump into throughout the season. As with all our modes of play, limited time experiences can be added as permanent installments if they're well received. Attrition is a good example of our process here. Many wanted the mode to be immediately added to Quick Play, which is happening in Season 2, but during Attrition's event, we discovered opportunities for improvement that we wanted to address before graduating it to a permanent mode in Halo Infinite. One thing I hope they improve about that mode is that I believe that's the one where you're reviving, right? So that you're not locked into place trying to revive somebody and unable to move at all. It was a little weird. You should be able to it should be like Destiny, right? Where you're able to run around or whatever. So all of that sounds really cool. There's a lot coming, a lot to be excited about. There's, so from Mint Blintz, he also tweeted Pit Team Snipers, Team Doubles, and Team Skirmish are all going to be rotated in. Lots of things to look forward to. Here's what I think Halo Infinite needs, just as a casual player. The Battle Pass rewards, once you finish the Battle Pass, they stink. They're not fun. Like right now, it's a shader. And who knows what armor core that goes on to. The current rewards just have a lot to be desired after you complete the Battle Pass. And the whole armor core thing, I also still think that's sort of problematic. I want to be able to have a crazy looking Spartan. Right now I have a skull face with a mohawk, so they got a little bit playful with it by the end of Season 1. I hope to see more in Season 2. I want to know more about the storytelling. And it's really, really unfortunate that Co-op has been delayed and Forge has been delayed. I'm excited for both of these things quite a bit. Co-op, I hope they do more with it than just having co-op in the game. I hope it comes with a little bit something else at this point. I would love it to come as part of a story DLC or something like that. So that's where I'm at with Halo Infinite. My biggest concern is that they do all this work in Season 2. We see a little spike and then players just drop off immediately. I want to see Halo Infinite thrive. I think it's going to take them a long time to have a big relaunch in like the 1 year celebration of Halo Infinite. Excuse me. And I do think that's where they're going to get a lot of players back. And it's sort of like when Destiny has a big event, right? Everybody comes back and plays it. I think Halo has an opportunity for that if they're able to add some compelling story DLC and sort of repackage it after it's been out for a year. That's my take on the whole thing. I think that goal is a little ways off, but I am excited to get there. Hey, thanks for listening to me talk all about Halo Infinite. I got to admit, I'm more optimistic after reading the entirety of the blog post because the trailer, I don't think does justice to everything that they have coming down the line. I think there's a lot of interesting, fun stuff that wasn't really showcased there. They just show the 3 modes. And honestly, they're similar to things that we've either experienced in Halo before or have been playing in Destiny or even just in Halo in the past, with the exception of Last Spartan Standing, which is the most interesting of the bunch. Anyway, that's my take. Let me know what you're thinking about Halo Infinite in the comments below. And while I have you, thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you know when my videos go live, and hopefully you'll keep watching them. Thank you so much. If you want to become a member, memberships are turned on. Thank you so much to all of the members for supporting the channel. I really, really do appreciate you. Click that join button right down there if you would like to become a member. I'm going to get out of here. I heard my son crying earlier and I got to go check on him. My wife's with him. Don't worry. I'll be back for the next one. Bye for now, everybody.